Welcome back to Spain. It is round 5 of the Ultimate Mobile Racing League, and we head to the Circuito de Jerez for the time in the Ultimate Mobile Racing League. And at the same time, it's gonna be a race for quite a while, which is quite unbelievable to me right now because I'm still having a lot of fun doing this. But yeah, let's not get too sad right away. Let's say hello to Sudjuche first. Hello.
Yeah, hello, Larry. Quite an interesting race here, right? Or quali, to be honest.
Yeah,
Interesting
sure.
track. A pretty scary pit entry, don't you think? Might see an incident there.
Yeah, in general, it's a pretty scary last turn. I think I really struggled getting this one right as Majumdar
Yeah.
has hit the barrier there, now goes backwards and tries to get a good exit again. Yeah, very hard to nail that one because there's a runoff before going into the corner and also after. Yeah, I raced an AMRL yesterday, zero practice, didn't do too well, but still scored a few points. Yeah, a very quick track as well. I think the soft should be good here.
Possibly, yes. It's quite a short one. Laguno is back, so we might see the Spaniard winning this. What do you think?
It's true. I forgot we didn't see Laguno last time. We still had the Williams on the podium by Majumdar. But yeah, surely Laguno is going to want that second home win as well. Guillermo might become more and more of a challenge. Laguna already having to fight for that Hungary. And then Guillermo took the win last time when Laguna wasn't there. And also Etruria took a first double podium ever since Sao Paulo in the autumn of 2024. We didn't have a single double podium last season.
Yeah, right. Now, we can see LCRAC. He's moving pretty nicely, currently on provisional pole. He might even do better than this. Who knows? He might even take the pole position for today. What do you think, Jari?
Yeah, he's the teammate today for Guillermo, so he's gonna have to play second fiddle in the team here. But if there's an
Pigeon with
opportunity,
a great lap. Now, taking provisional pole by 200ths of a second. What a lap by Pigeon. LCRAC and Laguno are currently tied on their time. Oof, we can see something very interesting.
Pigeon's qualifying form is so amazing in F1 ES and also in UML, but he still cannot convert the results. And I feel like the device problems we saw them in F1 ES today again, they are getting more this season again for Pigeon, which is sad to see, especially now that he's a team owner. He has to do well. His teammate Matt's in P6. And yeah, what I still wanted to say, LCRAC currently could maybe fight for the win because Guillermo's only in P8. There's no other new drivers really. Toaster64 is he back? Did he miss a race? Anyway, the checkered flag is flying.
Low attendance again, I would say. Pretty sad to see this happening.
Majumdar goes to the front row. Laguno is been bumped down to 4th position. He's behind one of the Etrurias.
I am not sure how this will go because there were 3 people tied with exactly the same times. I think the first one who does that the lap time gets that.
We don't have to follow that rule, but like if it's clear to us, then we can.
First was LCRAC, then did Laguno, and then Mahumda. That's how they line up.
It is pigeon pole for the second time in a row in the Ultimate Mobile Racing League. LCRAC is in the front row. It's his first round since, I don't know, somewhere in the middle of last season, but he's always done well whenever he raced. Williams are looking really good. They are in an intense battle right now versus Etruria for the Constructors' Championship. Then Alonso 33 is back for Aston Martin. He's in P5. Then Fede is in P6. The 101st are in P5 in the team's championship. So yeah, middle of the road, but they are, yeah, it's going uphill for them. Matt is in 7th position in the second LSA. And wow, look at that. That's just 1/10 away from pole position. Then we get Guillermo further 800s behind, only in 8th position. Is LCRAC going to be allowed to fight for the victory here? And Wilger is 9th for MP Motorsport. They are still witnessing a very difficult season. And 10th position goes to Toaster 64, who did not miss any rounds, but he's in P8 right now in the championship. He wants a few better results now. Then we got Frimpong racing in P11, starting in P11 for one time, who have decided to keep their special livery. I certainly didn't forget to change it. Salapete de Pomme for Jaguar, only in P12. He has already shown good potential in F1 especially. Takes 7th position last time out. Yeah, not the best of qualies for him. And Glow, he is in P13 with a 33.5. So then I would say let's go into a very, very intense Andalusian Grand Prix. I would say, I think there's lots of opportunities to go wheel to wheel around this track. Buenos dias from the starting grid of the Andalusian Grand Prix. We of course had the Spanish Grand Prix already. Pigeon lines up on pole alongside LCRAC, and we are underway at Jerez. Pigeon gets a good start, LCRAC does so as well. The two Williams are going wheel to wheel behind that. Then we got Alonso and Fede F1 battling away for 5th position. Alonso gets held up, and then there's a Porsche passing and then going off the track. That was Matt falling back to P10 for now. Pigeon though is trying to go for the lead again after he's just lost it in the hairpin. The two Williams are past LCRAC, but Pigeon still keeps it. And I'm having problems with Sudjuche's audio.
Yeah, well, we are.
Sudjuche, can you like type in the chat when you're done talking? I'm not sure. Laguno's in the lead of the race. Now he's letting Pigeon pass again, I'm not sure. But Laguno is going for the lead and he has to battle for it from 4th position. And we get LCRAC and Matcham there now rather having to fight with Fede. He survived the battle against Alonso. Alonso's also fallen back. And I'm struggling to hear Sudjuche here.
Alright, well.
Laguno. Well, this is quite a disaster. Pigeon's in the lead of the race. Chat, tell me if Sudjuche is talking or not. But yeah, Pigeon leads this race after Laguno almost took it in the last corner. We already talked about how difficult that one is. But we might see some impressive passes. No, I can't hear you. I'm sorry to the audience. I'm not sure what we're going to do with this part of the race. As Toaster DNFs from this race, just like he did in F1 yesterday. It seems like he's also having some device issues at the moment. I'm just gonna carry on talking right now, I'm sorry. The top 3 are on soft tires and they are right next to each other. Laguno now trying to go up the inside in the double flat left-hander. It gets more and more difficult to pull these corners off flat. Turn 8 more difficult than turn 7. As Laguno has a little look into the last corner, but LCRAC now goes down the inside again in turn 1. It's so many direction changes on this track. Also reminds me of Bahrain, which does that really nicely in real life. As LCRAC now does take the lead down that, almost main straight, I would say. It's the most significant straight between turns 5 and 6. And Pigeon still wheel to wheel, Laguno in the fight. And Sudjuche is still having problems, as Laguno is up the inside. But Pigeon and LCRAC go wheel to wheel and just form a wall for our I don't know, how many time race winner now? 11-time race winner. Fede gets involved in the fight. What's going on? I don't have time to look at the stats. Fede takes 2nd position. Laguno is still sat in 4th. But where is he coming from? He's on medium tires. What is happening down the inside at the last corner? No, he messes it up. But he's putting himself in a very, very good position here as Laguno bails out of the fight on lap 7. He's doing something different. He thinks he is faster than the guys around him and is just being held up. The softs usually last 8 to 12 laps around here. It's 10 to 15 for the mediums and 13 to 17 for the hards. LCRAC is looking on the outside of Pigeon, who is still holding the race lead for his own team, for Porsche. And now they both just go wide and into the pit lane. That is true. It is a dangerous pit entry here, especially if you race with someone who doesn't want to pit. And look at Laguno. Wow, just going around the outside. Has it worked out for him? Yes, it has. The undercut has worked for the Spaniard. Into P3 he goes. Pigeon is on hards. Now LCRAC is on soft tires. Laguno is ahead of the pair of them, but by so little. Let's see if this is all that he's needed, or if they are really able to stay with him. They still battle each other here, but I think that they are going to realize now that they have to work together. But is that going to work with Pigeon on the slower compound? Salopette de Pomme is in there. He's not a lapped car. He's just on 0 stops so far. And Fede is in the race lead. We don't have any rain. So there's nothing that Fede can hope for, apart from being in clean air for a bit longer. Guillermo is running on hard tires, by the way, at the start of this race. We haven't really talked about him so far. He is doing a solid job. Also Magimdra, the other Williams, is just a bit behind him. And Sudjuche can't hear me either. That's terrible. And I can't move you up. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know you can hear me. Yeah, I'm just having a chat with the guys in Discord, maybe trying to fix everything. As Sudjuche now tries to change to his phone. Laguno dives up the inside meanwhile of Fede and takes the lead of the Andalusian Grand Prix. LCRAC and Pigeon really lose time to the man that's in 2nd in the championship right now. Guillermo has taken the championship lead. Even though Laguno has won every race that he's competed in ever since the Valencia Grand Prix last season. That was round 5. Laguno missed the last one. And that was enough for Guillermo, who's also been really consistent to take the championship lead for now. But this might get turned on its head by a lot again after this one. Yeah, Matt is also still in there, having stopped once. Now Guillermo has to go into the pit lane for his first stop, and he comes out in P10. That's painful. He's on soft tire. He's gonna recover a bit now. We're just gonna have to hope that it's gonna work out somehow for him towards the end. But right now he's lost a lot of positions to also Frimpong, Salopette, Alonso. And that old battle is still resuming out front. Pigeon not really having trust in his devices, I would say. He's also had his issues in F1 ES today, just coming to a stop at the straights, but then he was able to resume a few minutes later. And yeah, his 1 lap pace just shows that he would be there in any league. As LCRAC goes into the pit lane, I thought we were on for an interesting switchback maneuver here. but LCRAC was heading to a different part of the racetrack, that being the pit lane. And now Majumdar and F1 fan, not F1 fan, I'm sorry, F1 fan's not racing. Fede F1 are going for it down towards turn 6. Fede on the outside, and he goes ahead despite being on the medium tire versus the soft of Majumdar. But Majumdar on these old tires probably couldn't get that good of an exit out of turn 5, which is a really fast corner before the straight. And down the inside goes Majumdar into the pit lane. That's why it's so dangerous. Pigeon in net second position on hard tires and catching up to Laguno. Have we ever seen anything like it? Laguno is on very old softs, goes into the pit lane, and that's a lead lap for Pigeon. On lap 18 out of 37. Pigeon hasn't even taken a podium in this league yet. He's still eligible to race in AMRL, and that's why he's really good there. He probably is going to be banned though after this weekend because he won there. Or I'm not sure what the rules are now, but he should be banned. He's got 23 races in URML. Best results being a 4th position. As LCRAC and Fede race for 2nd. Of course, very different strategies there. Actually, Fede, as this race progresses, being there more and more on merit. And maybe the 101st are gonna see another podium come their way. Something that's not happened to them since Majumdar's first race in the league at Austria last season. And Laguno right now being in a really aggressive role in this race. I think there was just a little mistake from him in turn 7. He's once again going for an aggressive strategy. As Pigeon now goes into the pit lane as well. And yeah, that is still quite a gap between him and the Briton. But wow, the strategy window is just being thrown more and more open in this entire race. Guillermo's just on 1 stop still on his old softs. Yeah, it's very, very interesting because there's like no rain and still all of this has happened. Majumdar is in P6 on fresh mediums, which makes him look quite good as well, but the guys ahead of him also have pretty good tires, apart from Fede, who is actually just 1/10 behind the leader. What? Yeah, Pigeon's pitted as well. LCRAC is now in the lead for Etruria. There's also a teams fight going on, of course, so LCRAC's role is very, very important. And also in the drivers, maybe he can take points away from Laguno. Yeah, LCRAC had a great race at Italy last season. I'm not sure if that was the last one he's raced in. I think so though. He was being chased down by Piggy and F1 fan in this one. There was the one with the incredibly close qualifying too. Shirazon took pole position. What a crazy race that was. And also the only race last season where we haven't heard a Spanish... Actually, the last race so far in which we've seen heard a non-Spanish national anthem. That's so crazy. It seems so long ago, but at the same time it isn't. I'm not sure. Yeah, Fede F1 is in the race lead, still going on his old mediums and now holding up Laguno. This is going to be an essential part of the race for both of them. As Fede now picks up the slipstream from the, I would say fastest driver in the field at the moment. Although Guillermo is coming closer. Reigning champion also holding the fastest lap of the race. But in this one, he's not there entirely, which also is because of the qualifying performance. But yeah. And Fede now goes into the pit lane. And so we have Laguno lead the race after 25 laps. Then Pigeon in second place. Very different tires. And LCRAC is on hards, fresh hards, and P3 for him. And 3 stops already for the Italian driver in the Italian team. And then we got Fede, who is still ahead of Majender and Matt. Yeah, the last time Pigeon was really there for, I would say, a longer period of time at the front was Singapore last season, but then there's also been some strange crashes for him. He took fastest lap and the pole position in that one, but in the end it was a Laguno Guillermo 1-2. That's not gonna happen this time. The tires from Laguno and also Pigeon are quite shredded now. They're certainly gonna have to stop once again. LCRAC certainly doesn't want to. (13 to 17 laps for the hards. I don't know. It's gonna be close, I would say. Laguno and Pigeon are gonna be really quick. And now out of the pit lane comes Laguno after his third stop and just ahead of Fede. Wow! I'm not sure if that was planned, if he knew the pit stop delta time, if that's what distinguishes him from the rest of the field. But that was a great strategic call by our record winner. And he still stays in second though, but gets caught up on the grass at turn 15. An unusual error by the championship contender. And that allows Fede to get past again. And yeah, Fede will certainly have a chance to defend better than before. He's now got fresh mediums. And Pigeon is just 1.5 seconds behind the Spaniard, who is now though picking up the slipstream as we go towards the last corner again. Laguno storms ahead, braking very late. And Fede plays the game. Now wants to play the slipstream game, as it seems. And just lets Laguno take second position. But now we're going to the end. Fede probably rather fearing Pigeon. Maybe he is also not sure what to do here. Does he want to stay behind Laguno? Does he want to go ahead and then basically get him out of the way? I mean, yeah. While we are thinking about all of that, Pigeon's also already come closer. And now we go towards the hairpin once again. Pigeon goes alongside and ahead. Now also gets the inside line for turn 7 and turn 8. Just let his car slide wide because there was the space given by Fede. And into the podium positions goes Pigeon. So crazy to think that this would be his best result, definitely. It's still not over yet. But also Fede's tires are older. Meanwhile, there's also a big battle for 5th still between Matt Majender, who now goes past in turn 2, and also Guillermo slips through the two Spaniards. Not the two Spaniards. Oh man, I thought that Majender was Spanish for a few weeks or so. And now they push each other out of the way, and Matt goes through again. But Majum is from France, of course, the teammate of Laguno. Lap 34 out of 37, and Laguno is already very close to the back of LCRAC, and we now might see the move for the race win being made by Laguno as we go towards turn 6. And down the inside he goes. Is that the move already? LCRAC wants to stay in the slipstream, but his hard tires don't look good enough to compete for this win, I would say. And yeah, Laguno is gonna be on for the race victory once again. Race victory number 12, that would be. And is it going to be the most podiums? Let me just go through my records here. No, not yet. Piggy's on 15. Laguno was at 11 going into this season. That's going to be 14. He would equal it, I would say. Yeah. Anyway, Pigeon is not as fast as Laguno, but certainly as fast as he has proven so many times that he can be. And that is Euro podium quality at the very least. Nice job still by Fede. That would be his best result in the league so far. He's also got a bright future ahead of him. And then the gloves are off in the fight for 5th position. Maybe there was a bit of lag in there as well. Majumdar in P5 ahead of Guillermo, and Matt just lost a lot of track position there. As Majumdar goes wide in a strange series of moves. Majumdar, yeah, loses the position now to Guillermo, but we're gonna have to look out front. Wow, how was LCRAC there? Laguno's tires were also quite worn off, and there was a little move thrown by LCRAC again, but Laguno goes across the line and wins the Andalusian Grand Prix. He is back, and in his POV, he never left. 2nd place for LCRAC, a podium whenever he races in this league. Unbelievable stuff. Yeah, LCRAC last season only raced at Italy and Bielowieza and took podiums in both of them. This time it's his 2nd place again. Pigeon takes P3. He told me I have to say Gigan 3 times in the race, so I'm now gonna say Gigan 2 times more. So that is done. I think I can grant him a few wishes after this performance today. Maybe also later, you know. Yeah. Wow. Pigeon podium. I'm absolutely flabbergasted by this moment here, because yeah, that's it for me, I would say, for now. At least for a few weeks. Yeah. Fede F1 takes 4th position, best result for the 101st in quite some time, and also for him, his best ever. It is 5th position and the fastest lap for Guillermo. He's not out of the fight for the championship yet, but Laguno is still looking unbeatable ever since round 5 last season. 6th position goes to Alonso in the Aston Martin. 7th for Majumdar. Yeah, great races by both of them. Matt in 8th position. Not sure. It looked very close if you look at the timings. For P6 still. Yeah, Matt was in P5 in the championship right now. Fede is going to extend his lead, and he's still gonna stay ahead of Majumdar though. Salopette de Pomme takes 9th position. Still keeps scoring solid points for Jaguar, but Jaguar are, yeah, the definition of a midfield team this season so far, I would say. And Frimpong is in 10th position, Glow in 11th one time. Towards the back today, sadly. They already scored 2 podiums this season. but F1 fan and Fantomy are not here. And Wilger and Toaster didn't make it to the flag. And yeah, we're gonna have the mid-season break now before we go to round 6 at Spa-Francorchamps, third Belgian Grand Prix in the Ultimate Mobile Racing League. I'm not sure how this one is going to be covered, but not by me. Hi, this is Larry. 1 week after the race happened, and I now do have a microphone. I got it for my birthday/Easter, and yeah, exactly at that point where I stopped commentating for now. But yeah, I'm just gonna test it in this video and talk about the standings here, I would say. Half of a season is done already, and we still got a fight on our hands. Helped by Laguno missing 1 round. Apart from that, he's won every single race. But Guillermo is only 8 points behind the Williams driver. Fede F1 makes it up into 3rd place in the championship now, with the 4th position being his best ever result. Then Seb still holds P4 despite missing 2 rounds now. Matt falling down to 5th after only 12th and 8th in the last 2 races. Majumdar 6th in the 2nd Williams, still playing an important part also in the team's championship, which is really close as well. Then Pigeon also up there for LSA Porsche Racing. They certainly will also be competitive in the second half of the season. Then F1 fan is still in P8. He also missed 2 rounds, but took 3rd and 4th in the rounds that he scored points in. And then we got Toaster with 0 points today, and Fantomy still clinging on to P10. In the teams today, nothing's changed concerning the gap between Arturia and Williams. They both scored the exact same number of points. Porsche in P3, quite in no man's land actually, but I think they are happy with their performance so far. And One Time is also 15 points ahead of the 101st. Many things can change quite quickly in the team's championship. Let's see how this will go on. Aston Martin, one of the disappointments of the season so far. It all comes down to the drivers in the end, and they have migrated to other teams. So I would just say thanks for watching everything. Damn, I find it just so crazy that I'm in this position. Like, it is great fun for me to commentate these races, but at the same time, I know that the editing and stuff just takes away too much time for me at the moment. Figure out what I'm gonna do in September, and if this is worth it, I would say, but that sounds so stupid because it's just great fun. Now the last few months, it's gotten more and more interesting, also because you just know more about the people behind these drivers here, and yeah, it just makes the racing more interesting, and of course also this is a great community. So I would say thanks for watching. I think I'm gonna see you again. Maybe not for the next few weeks. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a challenge for me to return. I hope I will face it. And yeah, thanks, and see you at some point.